What do you think about this? What do you think about delaying pregnancy? What do you think about childbirth, birth control, when to have children, and actually how many children to have? Hello friends, welcome to another episode of my life experiences. My name is Wezinyaniwa Sosola, your usual host. Today guys, I just want to be vulnerable and share some of my struggles with birth control, using birth control methods. When I had just gotten married, you know guys, especially in the urban settings, in the urban areas these days, most of the newlyweds are under constant pressure to prevent, to avoid, or to delay pregnancy, for some reasons. And this pressure may come from their peers, or it may emanate from a self-given pressure. A number of reasons, and they may range from, some may say, we want to finish our education, I want to graduate, I can't get pregnant now. Another couple may say, our careers have not yet taken off, we want it to be established first. When we are established, when we have enough money, we may bring a child forth into this world. And another couple may say, we want to travel, we want to visit places, we want to enjoy ourselves, we want to enjoy each other before we bring another human being on the scene. When I got married, I fell into the same bandwagon. I fell into the same category. I went to the pharmacy, over the counter, I bought some birth control pills. The symptoms started manifesting in my body. It hit hard. My body was sweating, and my feet were sweating so much that I could not fit in my normal shoes. Actually, going to work, I was wearing slip-ons. I persevered until I could not persevere anymore. And I said to myself, what the heck? What am I doing? Why am I struggling? I'm married after all. I stopped taking those contraceptive pills. I don't know what could have happened. Maybe if I could have gone to the doctors, they could have done a blood work and recommended some necessary pills for me to take. I don't know. Maybe these symptoms could not have manifested. I don't know. I can't say because it's just in hindsight. But this is the experience that I had when I took those types of pills. But after I had stopped taking these birth control pills, it took for me another year, a whole year, before I could get pregnant. But then, after I had my first child, I said, we have our first child, let us delay in having the second child. I should be on another type of birth control method. So went to the clinic. They put now this, the one that they put under the arm, the nail plant. They put that in. Immediately, I started having symptoms again. I started having night sweats, very bad night sweats. In the middle of the night, whenever I wake up, my bed could be actually drenched in sweat, or the bed sheet could be drenched in sweat, profusely sweating, to the point that I had to sleep on a bathing towel, a towel, just to try to save the bed sheets. And when I went to the clinic, I told them the problem that I was facing. They said, just let it settle, persevere with it for some time. When the hormones, they blend in, it will stop. But I stayed with it for months with this struggle. And another thing is that it was also affecting my lubrication. When the situation was not getting any better, I just decided that I have to stop. I have to stop. I cannot live like this. This is enslavement. This is enslavement. I don't want it anymore. I took it off. So those are some of the struggles. Maybe other women I know, they take them so well. They don't face all these symptoms. That's up to them. But I also know there are other women who struggle facing these types of symptoms. So from these experiences, I have a number of questions that I was asking myself. The first one was that, is the struggle with birth control justified, especially for newlyweds? If you are facing these types of struggles, these types of symptoms, is it really justified? Is it? And another question that I was having is that, why do we get married? Why is it that we get married? What are the reasons? What is marriage? What is marriage? Why is it that two people, they come together and say that we want to get married? And another question was that, do we just get married for companionship? Is just to enjoy each other? Is it just for companionship? Or is procreation a part of the marriage deal? Is procreation, but I would think that procreation is a central part. Because when God brought a woman in the Garden of Eden, he said, be fruitful and multiply. Have we misplaced our priorities in marriage? This variable of procreation, where does it come on the hierarchy of marriage priorities? I do understand there are some other marriages where couples are infertile. It's understandable. We've got the example of Hannah. We've got the example of Sarah. We've got the example of Rebecca. We've got the example of Elizabeth. We've got so many people who were barren. Many people who could not give birth to children in the Bible. So this is just an exception. But what I'm referring to here is a normal type of marriage where somebody is fertile, they can get pregnant, but deliberately decide to delay pregnancy, especially as a newlywed. Is the pressure that we are facing just to satisfy our own selfish egos? Or is it maybe laziness? What is it all about? What is it all about? This is type of a discussion that should be had among Christians, among believers. What is our position on marriage? What is the position on procreation? What is the position as we are advising newlyweds? You may say that we don't want to say anything about it. It's complicated, but is it? Or you may say it's a slippery slope. We don't want to comment, but is it? Really, authorities from the church, we need to take up this and advise newlyweds appropriately, because there are so many struggles that newlyweds are facing. They are getting advices from the wrong people. And I know that there are other people who may decide that we are getting married, but we don't want children at all, not because of infertility. We are talking about a normal couple who are fertile, who are in the prime of their age, but saying that for the rest of our lives, we just want to be companions, we don't want children. I think that was so ungodly for a Christian to say. Unless it is a case of infertility. I don't think it is. Then, in conclusion, guys, let us pray about it. Every person should follow their own convictions about what they're feeling God is telling them in their lives. Every individual to their own. And your pastors. Basically, that is my final remark on this. But really, it's been bothering me so much in these recent times. Thank you so much, guys. I would really love to see your comments. What do you think about this? What do you think about delaying pregnancy? What do you think about childbirth, birth control, when to have children, and actually how many children to have? Because if we are talking about delaying pregnancy for newlyweds, what about avoiding pregnancy, just choosing to have 3 kids or 4 or 5? How should we handle it? Should we just have children until the womb closes, until all the sperm finishes? How should we handle this situation? So, wow, slippery slope indeed, or is it? Thank you so much, guys. God bless you all. Stay blessed.